Hello and welcome to the Business Today behind the scenes conversation. This is something we always look forward to as we discuss some of the nuances behind putting together the cover story. Saurav, this was truly a particularly special and unique cover with Baba Ramdev sitting on an elephant. And I know personally, having been on location with Bandeep, the kind of efforts that the team went to create that moment and capture that. Tell us what was in your mind when you decided to go with this story this time around.
Yes, Abha. This indeed was one of the most interesting covers we've done in a while. And I must say that, when we discussed this story of Patanjali and how Ruchi Soya can power it to its ambition of becoming the country's largest FMCG company. And Bandeep and I, we were discussing, Baba is always a very, very colorful person. And he's a character. And you don't have too many of these characters in the world of business in that sense. So he came up with this fabulous, fantastic idea, and I jumped at it. He said, this is the whole elephant as an icon where he says that we are wanting to show Ruchi Soya as this elephant which Patanjali has got in its fold now, and how can it ride the elephant, and can it ride Ruchi Soya and then power its ambition? Can he really make the elephant dance?
It was a spectacular shoot. Bandeep, why don't you tell us what went into it, the kind of planning to actually bring an elephant there? And she was, really kind to us, very patient during the shoot, ate lots of bananas.
Yeah, the shoot in every which way was of elephantine proportions, if I may say that. Right from the beginning, right from the conception of the idea, see, we are visual thinkers. We think of an idea, and then, an idea flashes on its own when you hear the brief. And then you begin to see whether it works editorially. And this idea came into my mind in the car when I was talking to Ajita about this whole shoot. And, she said it's a massive company that they have taken, whether they turn it around or not. And the moment she said massive company, an image of an elephant came around. And I said, I brushed it aside thinking, oh, it's too much, thinking about an elephant right now. And but I said, what the heck, let me explore this idea. And I immediately called Saurabh, and this is one of the joys of having an editor online you can speak your heart out with, and I just spoke to Saurabh. I said, Saurabh, this is my idea. This is what I think. This is what I'm thinking about Ruchi Soya. Can you make it, fit as a metaphor into the story? And Saurabh immediately said, yes, you go ahead and we can do that, And that, was electricity. This was radical. You can't get the heads of companies to sit on elephants, in real terms. And then the logistics of getting an elephant in 3 days' time. And, it was all coming, it was, therein began the real task, when Saurabh gave that clearance. There is something about Baba Ramdev, that he is extremely positive in that sense. And he likes the idea of, he completely trusts me with the idea of doing something extraordinary. And he believes that it's all done with the purpose of, making it catch the attention of the readers. And that was the central thing over there. Luckily, this was a trained elephant and the elephant could sit down, but it was a hard floor. So it could not sit down long enough. So we had to get Baba and the elephant on the table, as soon as possible. And then because we wanted the elephant as a metaphor, we could not have any seat on the elephant, any palki on the elephant, because the moment you put a palki on the elephant, it becomes to look like a tourism thing, like an elephant safari thing. So that became another hurdle. So to convince Baba and Acharya to get on the elephant, on the bare back of the elephant, which has nothing to hold on, and when that 20 feet elephant rises up, it's a very, very scary thing. But both of them, admirably did that, and you have the image in front of us.
So, Nilanjan, I hope after all of that, you didn't complain about the pictures.
Absolutely not. A great idea creates a great story, and a great story leads to great visual and design. So for us, this time it was much easier for us to kind of visualize it on the cover with the text and everything, which synchronized with the visual. And also, since the story is so interesting and the visual merges with it so well, it was a dream for us to design the cover as well as the inside. It was excitement, it was fun because we had so many options playing around, and both the pictures, if you see the inside pictures and the outside the cover one, both of them has a kind of a magical feel to it.
Nirban, clearly, must have been a lot of content, as Nilanjan said, to play with. I know that Bandeep did several shoots as well. And by that, I mean several frames with Baba Ramdev. All kinds of different things on the elephant, of course. Baba Ramdev with Acharya on his own, both of them together, trying to hold on and stay there, as well as, of course, with some of the Ruchi Soya products.
Yeah, I am absolutely agree with Nilanjan. Can Patanjali make the elephant dance? The headline creates the visual itself, and it is an example of an ideal editorial design practice. So, well, once again, we got an opportunity to be excited to work on the another amazing cover story, an ideal mixture of design and editorial idea. And the challenge we faced with the making of this cover story was the blending of the Indian traditional approach with the modern contemporary look. And we think that we maintain and create successfully. Like we also use the some same strategy for the users of fonts actually. Know that we use serif or sans serif fonts in this case particularly, and to create a balance of both Indian traditional approach as well as modern touch.